Hello, team. Today, I don't know if this message will be enticing, but it's the truest truth that I've got for you. So I'm excited to hear what resonates, what comes out of this. And we're just here to be real, right? If you're new here, I'm Caroline, sharing lived experience, life experience, golden nuggets that I pick up because we're all humans just trying to freaking figure out this human journey. And I feel like I've lived a lot of life in my years and I keep getting new wisdom about it. And it's rad. And I want to share it with you. And today we're talking about something that I have observed a lot, especially on social media, because I feel like that's where we're getting infiltrated by a lot of external noise. Like we consume a lot of media through reels, Instagram, stories, and all social media really is other people's opinions, other people's problems, other people's projections, other people's facade of happiness and what have you, which is why my biggest goal is just to show up authentic and attract people that want authenticity so we can create and cultivate more of it. And I've seen a lot of people distinguishing like higher vibe emotions and lower vibe emotions, and feeling successful and being good means you're living in gratitude and love all the time, which is like up here all the time. And when you're not feeling good and you're in these lower vibe emotions like anger, sadness, resentment, frustration, nothing's going to work out for you down there because you're not vibrating high and you're not attracting the things that you want and you're not thinking positively. I think that's just a freaking load of baloney to further shame our human nature, which is to feel. And the only reason that you think sadness is bad is because you've labeled it as bad. The only reason you think anger is dangerous is because you've labeled anger as dangerous. All feelings are just feelings. The power that happy has is the same power that sad has. They just tell us different things. They just feel different in our bodies. One is not better than the other. One is not more destructive than the other unless you give it that power, unless you give it that label, unless you view it from that lens. And life is just like ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. And for a while that I thought every time I went into more of a down and I got more depressed or more reserved, stopped doing the things that I wanted to, which I feel like I'm coming out of a little bit of a slump right now, so I'm able to see it. I always thought that was a bad thing. And I thought as soon as I could get rid of those slumps and just be like high vibe all the time, soaring and coasting every day, that's how I know I made it. But how I know I've made it is that I now enjoy those slumps. I now cherish those slumps. I now create space for the lower, more down, more isolatory phases because those phases have just as much good information that I can gather and swim higher with next time. Because every time I allow myself to feel the lows or feel the things that I need to work through, the challenges, the confusion, the frustration, I learn something more about myself. I learn something more about what is actually important to me, or about where I was still trying to force something that wasn't really meant for me, or where I was still pretending to show up as somebody who did X, Y, and Z when I wasn't that person. And then when I go in these slumps, I'm able to shed the layers of things I don't want anymore, kind of reorganize, readjust, like, okay, realign with my values, learn some more about me, about my soul, about my truth. Not the me I think I need to be or want to be, my truth. I gather it up and I swim back to the surface and I'm able to go even higher. My friend at coffee yesterday, I was talking to her about this and she said pretty much the same thing, that yeah, like we kind of descend and then we ascend higher. We descend and then we ascend higher. And some people that looks like mental health swings, some people that looks like health swings, whatever that looks like for you. And we get down, but then we gather golden nuggets so we can swim up with them and bring them to the surface and utilize them. And these patterns are only helpful if you view them that way. If you continue to choose to see these slumps or these moments of confusion, or when you're not really inspired, not feeling connected, kind of Sometimes I just feel like I'm aimlessly just like doing stuff and I'm like, I don't really know what I'm doing or why I'm doing any of this or if any of this is even worth it. Those periods are so valuable. If you ask yourself, what is this teaching me? What do I need to see right now? What do I need to hold on to? What do I need to let go? What do I need to be more open about? What do I need to surrender to? Where do I need to put a little more energy and focus and structure? Where do I need to be a little less structured and organized? If you view it that way, you can gather your golden nuggets and rise back up. If you view it as, I'm wrong, something's wrong with me, why am I messing up? I hate this, I'm stupid, I don't have discipline. That is where we get into the shame spiral. And the shame spiral keeps you stuck because you know that's not your truth. So then you start hiding that from others. And then you can't hide one thing without hiding everything. And then you're slowly just so far away from the person you want to be that it feels impossible to get back, right? And I have been there so many times. And luckily, I pull myself up by my bootstraps and get back up. And the more I go through these spirals, the faster I can acknowledge it, surrender to it, get curious, learn, and then do the things that help me continue to move forward. Because I've gotten stuck there in deep, dark places. Sent me to the loony bin a few times. So I've seen it, I've been through it, and it is possible to change everything. And when I used to get in those slumps, like I said, they freaking put me in the loony bin because of it. I've had countless mental health diagnoses, been on all the medication, not all the medications, a lot of the medications, have some crazy stories. And I could have easily stayed there my entire life, taken those labels, said, yep, this is my ticket for the rest of my life. I'm gonna need all these things to function. I'm gonna need to do X, Y, and Z every day just to be okay. Or you can rewire everything. You can change your entire perspective, your entire paradigm, help your nervous system re-regulate in a different normal, change your habits, change your environment, change your friend groups, and become the person you want to be. And you are the only one that can do that. I've talked about it on here before because it simultaneously is the suckiest truth, but also the most empowering truth. You are the only one that can do anything about it, so do something about it. Gosh dang it, nobody's going to come and save you and sweep you off your feet. And I know it would feel awesome. But then you wouldn't learn the lessons that are needed to pull yourself out of those slumps every time. If you live every day in conscious awareness of what's going on, what it could be reflecting back to you, what you have control over, and putting your energy there, releasing control over the things that you can't control, and continuing to strive to be the best person that you can be, investing in yourself, pushing your comfort zone wider and wider and wider, helping your body feel safe in that, helping your brain feel safe in that, and nourishing yourself every step of the way, of course you're going to get exactly where you want to go. Of course that big dream that you have is the only option. But it starts with you choosing you. So whether you feel like you're up here, or you're in the middle, or you're coming down, or you're coming up, wherever you are in the curve of life, just allow it to be. Don't label it as good or bad. Don't try to change it, manipulate it. Observe it. Take full accountability for your feelings and your state of being. Allow it in its entirety. Be aware, be curious, explore. Allow yourself to process and observe and experience. And then start doing the things that you know you need to do. You know exactly what you need to do. We are in an age where there is an infinite amount of knowledge at your fingertips on your phone. Like you could type anything into ChatGPT and get a 13-page research article with like sources and whole bibliography and all the things. You couldn't do that even, 4 years ago? I don't know when ChatGPT came out, but it's besides the point. I guess it's AI coming back in. You do not need more information. You need more accountability. You need more of your authentic truth. I tell myself this almost every day. I don't want to be consuming. I want to be creating. So let's start creating before we consume. Because like I said, when you are scrolling through social media, Twitter, Facebook, whatever it is you're on, even YouTube, even right now, this is my pure opinion and my truth. I'm not using it to persuade you to buy a thing right now. I'm just sharing it. And it's up to you to take it or leave it. But a lot of the junk that circles around is to keep you scared, keep you in fear, keep you shaming yourself, keeping you feeling guilty and not worthy, draining your energy so that you have none left to give to yourself. So you think it's outside of you, so you engage in these things, and then you don't even know who you are at the end of the day, or what is an original thought. Creation before consumption. Be aware, observe, and experience. What you label things is what they become. What you know is true, based upon your beliefs. And beliefs are just thoughts that you think enough times that they become the truth. So start changing your thoughts, change your behavior, change your lens through which you see the world. There's no good and bad. There's only what you label good and bad. So what's true to you? What do you want? And go freaking get it. You're a rock star. Go crush the day.